What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Real Coaching in Real Time. I'm your host, Ricky Caruth. I'm here with three agents from all around the world. We got a guy from Canada on today, and I'm really excited about today's episode. If you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. If you're listening to the replay on this on a podcast or something, come on over to YouTube, hit subscribe, click the bell so you can get notified. I'm actually doing live calls every Tuesday with an agent somewhere, and I'm doing this talk show with three agents anywhere in the world. And if you would like to come on the show, right, come on the show and pick my brain, ask questions, whatever, for a good 10, 15 minutes, come on. Come on, let me know. And I'll bring you on the show. Be glad to have you. I guess a few things to mention really quickly is that I'm extremely excited about the direction of the market in 2020. I've been saying this for a while. It is as tight as we've ever seen. But you know what? You know what I've thought about, and I came to this realization talking to one of my agents in Phoenix yesterday. One thing that I thought about that I was actually really excited about was the fact that I really believe that there's a possibility that the fact that we are at such a low inventory level right now, like historically low inventory levels right this second, I have this sneaky suspicion, like a gut feeling, that we could literally be in a situation where you know when like the pandemic happened, or we have low moments in the market where there's less transactions for a second and all that. I have a feeling that, like, those moments create this pent up demand, right? Because after the pandemic, when they opened up the economy, what happened? The real estate market surged. Okay. It was the largest month over month surge that we've seen since they started tracking, the statistics in like the mid 90s. We had this huge surge. Why? Because there was a lot of pent up demand because of the lack of transactions. There's all these people that were scared to take action, but then, they're waited, and then boom, all of a sudden, bam. What if, okay, let me throw this at you guys. What if we're in a situation where it's the reverse? There's a lot of pent up demand of people who want to sell, right? What if there's a lot of pent up demand of people who are sitting on the sidelines trying to time the market, of when the very best time they want to sell, but they want to time the market out for the perfect time because the market's going up and they're scared if they sell today, it's going to be worth more tomorrow and they left money on the table. What if there's pent-up demand of people who really want to list their properties? Wouldn't that be good? If we woke up one day and sellers are blowing us up like buyers are blowing us up now, wanting to list their properties. Okay. I have a sneaky suspicion, like a gut feeling, that I really think that could possibly be happening right now. We may wake up sometime later on this year, with sellers hitting us up wanting to list their properties. And guess what? Demand's still going to be high. Interest rates are still going to be low, and those listings are going to sell quick. Whoever is out there right now building their businesses without worrying about actually how many transactions we're getting per phone call or per effort, right? Because effort per transaction right now is at an all-time high. So effort per transaction is at an all-time high. So a lot of people don't want to put in the effort because it's a lot of effort per transaction right now. But the people who are out there actually trying to build their databases right now with disregard to how many transactions they actually close through the process, those are the agents who are going to reap the benefits when this thing swings the other way and sellers are begging us to list their properties and get them sold quickly for them. So that's my 2 cents that I wanted to share with you guys today. Something I've been thinking about a lot over the last 24 hours since I had my team call last night and talked to one of my agents, Albert Watson, over in he's in Phoenix. And I thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to share that with you today. So I want to introduce today's 3 agents. Let's get a shot of all of them. Bam. There's our 3 agents. We got Ayu, we got Dennis, we got Elijah. Bring them on one at a time to introduce themselves. Let's start with Dennis.
Hey, I'm Dennis Newton. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with Realty One, the gold standard.
The gold standard.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is a lot different. I've been devouring your content And it's a lot different doing it live. It's a little bit different vibe, but I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen. So wait a minute. Like the Realty One, you say,
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
and it's like, and you say like, and like that's their slogan, the gold standard.
the gold standard.
Oh my God! Like when you said that earlier, I thought you were just saying that's the gold standard around there in the market. That's actually what they say in their marketing.
That's it right there. That's it in a
Oh
nutshell.
my
The whole thing. Yeah.
gosh! Oh no, I don't know about that,
It
man.
gets better. It gets better though. Like when people have birthdays and they post it on social media, it says have a wonderful day. ONE wonderful day, which is it makes the birthday just so much better.
Cool, bro. Well, look, tell everybody who like how long you've been selling real estate, and all that good stuff.
I was talking to Elijah earlier, and I'm very seasoned in this. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks now. And yeah. So everything I've learned in my career has occurred in the last 2 weeks. So I'm just ready to roll and see what I can, glean and learn today. So 2 weeks.
You are 2 weeks in the business. I cannot wait to talk to you. Tell everybody where they can follow you online.
Yeah. So my Instagram is Dennis Newton Sr., just SR, just the way it sounds. And you'll find me there telling dad jokes and sharing listings. So, and it'll be pretty simple.
Dad jokes and sharing listings. Okay. I like the direction we're going with this. Okay, cool, man. Looking forward to chatting with you in just a second.
Thanks, bud.
Let's bring my guy Elijah out.
Hey, everybody. My name is Elijah Gondoran, and I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina with Coastal Tides Realty. I'm on the Matt Harper team.
Nice, bro. Nice. How long you been selling and all that good stuff?
Well, this is my second time around. Ricky, you remember I came down and seen you at the Gulf Coast over there at some point. The first time around, I was in for a few months. I wasn't prepared for it financially, so I got punched in the face and had to go out. Went out over the road trucking for a while, saved up some money, got back in. So all in about 4 months now, and I just put my first property under contract today. So moving forward.
Nice, bro. Nice, bro. Where can everybody follow you online if they want to follow you?
Instagram, Meet Elijah, and Facebook, also Meet Elijah.
Nice, man. Nice. Cool, man. We're looking forward to chatting with you in just a sec.
Yep.
And let's bring my guy Ayub. That's what I like to call Ayub, man. I have this little nickname for Ayub. It's like this. Ayub. What up, man?
Hey, Ricky. Hi, everybody. My name is Ayub Mehta. I don't need any introduction because Ricky has already done that. Yeah. And those in my team, they only know me as Ayub.
Nice, man. Tell everybody where you're at, where you're located, how long you've been selling real estate.
Yes, I'm from a city about 15 miles from Toronto. It's called Mississauga. Don't even try to pronounce it. It's okay. And yeah, we are going through a storm as we speak right now. And I've been in business for past almost 5 years now. And I joined EXP. Just followed Ricky about almost a year back, and I've been on Diamond Group all this while, and it's an awesome journey.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Good to have you on the show. Looking forward to chatting with you in just a second. Where can everybody follow you online?
Well, you can find me on Facebook at Ayub Mehta. That's my first and last name without spaces, and Instagram Ayub Mehta Homes.
Got it. Got it, man. Great. Like I say, good to have you on the show. We'll talk to you soon, bro.
Good to be here.
Absolutely. Cool. You guys smash that like button for our agents today. Going to chat it up with me for a second. I'm sure we're going to have some really good questions. The cool thing about this show is I never know what they're going to ask me. That's why I like to call this real coaching in real time, because it's real coaching in real time. I don't know what they're going to ask. I don't know what direction these conversations are going to go. And so it's prompt too. It's spur of the moment. It's real. It's in real time. So I'm looking forward to this, as I do every Thursday. If you guys, want to tune in every Thursday, I'm doing this every Thursday. I'm doing live calls every Tuesday, hoping to bring you guys more and more and more value as much as I can. So again, smash the like button, click subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified. Let's bring Dennis back in.
Hey, Ricky.
Yo, cool, man. So what can I do to help you today?
Okay, so I was talking to Elijah before we got started, and I was explaining to him, obviously, I'm 2 weeks into this thing, and I don't have a basic understanding. Right now, I'm like a dog chasing the car. If somebody said, "Yeah, Dennis, I want to list my property," or "Yes, I want to buy it," I would be like, "Okay, that's great. I don't know what to do now." And so, and I don't know exactly where to find this information. And I realize I have to take responsibility for that and where I find this information. But I don't know like the basic trajectory of how you operate a transaction from start to finish to even speak about it intelligently yet. And so it's making me very tentative. So I've been reaching out to friends and family and former associates. And but I've been a little tentative because I'm kind of groping around in the dark as far as I don't even know what the first sentence is. Okay, this is what we're going to do. They said yes. I don't even know what the first sentence is to say, this is what we're going to do. And so that's kind of leaving me a little tentative at this point. And then there's a second part to it. And we can get into that. But right now, the first things first is I have to, turn a relationship into helping somebody into selling their house or buying a house.
So, okay, well, let me ask you, man. When you say you don't know what to do when they say yes, what are they saying? What do you, in that hypothetical scenario, what are they saying yes to that's scaring you?
Well, number one, I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what they're saying yes to necessarily.
Okay.
Except for, look, they're going to either want to buy a house or sell a house. So if somebody says, I have somebody, I set up a search in the MLS for them, and I got some help figuring out how to do that. So if they say, and I've even I have a basic understanding of how to show it to them. If I show them a house on Saturday and they say, yeah, I want to buy it. Okay, great. Now what? And I just want like a basic understanding to be able to speak intelligently on what that process looks like. In my last career, I was in kitchen countertops for 20 years. So if you told me, Ricky, that you wanted a kitchen countertop and granite or quartz, I could walk you through that process with my eyes closed. And I don't need to be that proficient right off the bat, but I could walk you through that in a paragraph. And at this point, I'm not sure how to walk anybody through that paragraph or, through that process at this point, or where to even, get an outline of what that transaction exactly looks like. And, you know what I mean? So you've been doing this for a long time. So for you, it may even seem like a silly question, but at 2 weeks in, I have no idea what I'm doing other than making friends and influencing people.
Right. Well, listen, man, here's the thing, man. Here's the bottom line of it all. Okay. You don't really need to know. I think you're getting a little too ahead of yourself. Okay. Right. You have to baby step your way into real estate. Okay. You're not going to know everything in the first day, right? You're just not going to all of a sudden know how the whole transaction works from top to bottom. Never going to happen. Okay. Like part of the process is going to be learned through like having training sessions, learning contracts, talking to people, but a lot of it's going to have to do with your experience through deals, and every deal is going to be different. Every deal is going to have a different twist, a different turn. You're going to have to protect your clients in different ways. There's going to be different things you have to put in the contract. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. Okay. So here, let me just simplify the whole thing for you. You need someone at your brokerage that is willing to, you need someone that's sitting there ready for the moment that you have a client that's ready to do a deal or write a contract. You need somebody that's ready to step up and, jump in and help you write that contract in real time when your clients say, I'm ready to go. Okay.
Right. Okay.
That's the first part of it. You got to have somebody in place that you feel like is going to be available when you're ready, when your client is ready, right? That you can depend on, that's going to jump in there and help you write that contract. Okay. Number two, once you have that in place, now we don't have to worry about contracts, because now we're going to have somebody actually write the contract for us, right? They're going to write it for us. And then we can learn through the process of watching them go through the process and write the contract for us. Okay. Now what we need to do is find somebody that wants to write a contract. See how that works?
Right. Yeah, of course.
You find somebody that can write the contract for you and is willing to help you through that process, right? And then take that off of your plate, off your shoulders. You don't have to know what to do when they say yes. When they say yes, they're ready to move forward and write an offer. You say, cool, let me call my guy, my contract guy. Boom. Hey, John, I got somebody ready to write one of them contracts we were talking about. Remember?
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Where can we meet you? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you go there. Right.
So that is a good way to simplify it, because right now I'm getting all this mountain of information coming in. And earlier in the week, I sat in on a class / seminar with the brokerage called Ask a Lawyer. And my brain nearly melted, and it seemed like hieroglyphics to me. And so I think keeping it simple, like you're saying, just get to that point and have somebody that I can rely on. And I do have that I can call and say, and make it just that simple. I don't have to know everything. And I think that's where I was kind of getting caught up, was, kind of being tentative because I don't know how you write that contract. All I have to know is that I have somebody that can get it started for me.
Exactly, man.
Okay.
Not even started. They're going to write the whole thing. You don't even have to know how to write contracts yet. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
going to help you through that process. You should have somebody in your brokerage that's helping you through that process, where it takes this pressure that you're feeling right now. You shouldn't have that pressure.
Yeah, that's on me. I was creating that pressure on my own.
I don't know. Your brokerage should have explained this to you, though. It's like, here, but let me interject that the thing is that as a new agent, we have tons of pressure on us, way too much pressure. And the job of your brokerage, your mentor, your team leader, whoever's kind of, helping you here, it's part of their job to take that pressure off of you that they know you're going to have. Right? They know you're going to have that pressure on you. That's part of their job, is to help get that pressure off of you, to allow you to actually build your business step by step, build a great foundation. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going to fail if you just have all this pressure on you and you can't take it anymore and you end up quitting the business.
Yeah, well, I can't fail. I found Ricky Caruth on Instagram. I should be good to go. But seriously, I have been devouring your content. It's been helpful. So, hey, and then I had a second question, if you can take it.
Yeah.
And then and once again, before we started, I was talking to Elijah. He said he got in, then he got out because he wasn't prepared kind of financially for the things that are going on. And then, some of the things in your 90-day program, the dialers, the constant contact, and things like that, I'm not there yet. Like I need to produce a transaction so that I have one, an income to survive on, and then two, money that I can reinvest back into my business. Mm-hmm. So what can I do? And what I'm doing now, I'm sharing, listed on social media. I'm hosting open houses for other agents and reaching out to friends and family. So is that just like the base level of what I can do until I start creating money to invest back into my business? Or
are you calling for sale by owners?
No.
Okay. That's free, right?
That is free. Okay.
That's free. You just Google for sale by owners in your area. Bam. You get a whole list of them. Okay. That's free. Are you door knocking?
No.
Totally free.
Okay.
All it costs is gas money to go to the house. Door knock. Say, hey, this is Dennis over at Realty One, the gold standard. How you doing today?
The gold standard. Yeah.
Gold standard. Yeah. How are you doing today? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I just want to stop by and say hello, introduce myself. I just got in real estate and I was just going to stop by and see if there's anything I could do to help you.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's perfect. As soon as my business cards arrive, and that'd probably be a good thing to do right away. Yeah.
You don't need business cards, bro. See what I
Oh
see
yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
What I see with you, man, is
Yeah.
every little step of the way you bring something into the situation to make yourself not do it. It's like you want to know contracts before you try to initiate deals. You got to have business cards before you knock on the door. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't need to know contracts, and you don't need business cards to knock on doors. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Go there, talk to them like a human. Say, hey, how you doing? Just stopping by to see if there's anything I could do to help you. Right? I'm out here trying
Yeah.
to build my name up, guys. Can you blame me? Look at me. I'm out here. It's
Three degrees today,
yeah,
Pittsburgh.
it's three below zero. Okay. I'm out here trying to build my brand, So,
Yeah,
I mean, that's just one thing when it warms up like that. I'm just naming off things you can do for free. Okay.
For free. Yeah.
Yeah. Social media is free. You have access to everyone, just about everyone in your market that's on social media for free in the palm of your hand, right? You can you can comment under people's posts in your area. You can friend them. You can send them DMs and say, hey, how's it going?
Slide into their DM. I got it.
All day.
Yeah.
Some people respond, some people don't. You have really great, you get into these back and forths with people, and you build listen. What are all these huge corporations going after right now?
I'm not sure.
Data.
Besides money.
Data.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Data.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Data.
Got it.
Right. And what do real estate agents strive to build?
A database.
A database. Okay.
Yeah.
A database. All right. So that's two words. It's data and it's a base of data. All right. We as real estate agents need to think of our businesses as these, just like these huge corporations are, just as these huge corporations are. You need to think of your business like these huge corporations, and we need to go after data, right? Just on a smaller scale. We're not one of these huge corporations. We're just a single real estate agent, but we need to build our business on data. So we need to get out in the community and extract as much data as possible. We need to think of ourselves as data collectors, right? We're almost like real estate agents on the side. It's like we take what deals come out of our efforts to collect data and to build our database and to build our personal brands and to get our name out there. That's kind of like, that's our full-time job is data collection. And our part-time job is, helping the people that we connect with through building our database, buy and sell properties, right? That's the way you need to think of it. So, use social media to get data, make phone calls to everyone in the area to get data, knock on doors to get data, right? Data.
Yeah. So to summarize, I've just stopped waiting for the conditions to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect, and go step by step, baby steps.
Just listen, get up in the morning. And by the way, do you have $50?
I have $50. Yeah.
Okay. For $50, you can get geo leads for 1 month and get 2,000 contacts to call.
Okay. Perfect.
Go to 0to-diamond.com and click on the Red X discount to waive the $150 setup fee, and then just get geo leads for $50. It's month to month. You can cut it off as soon as you pay the first one. If you're that broke, for me, I would just keep paying it and get 2,000 every month. Right. But if you're really that broke, at least get the 2,000 for 50, and let's have 2,000 people to call any subdivision we want in our market. We pick out the property owners. We pick out who the 2,000 are, right? And we target the subdivisions that we want to target. So here's what you should be. It should be, you wake up, you do your morning routine, 8 o'clock, you're scheduling your day from 8 to 8:30, you're game planning. 8:30, you start figuring out who you're going to call for the day. Okay. If it's circle prospecting, for sale by owners, expired, sphere of influence, internet leads, whoever it is. By 9 o'clock, you're on the phone dialing, right? By 9 o'clock, you're on the phone dialing. Okay. From 9 to 12, you're on the phone the whole time, nonstop on the phone from 9 to 12 every day, period. 12, you take lunch, take a break, whatever. 1 o'clock to the rest of the day, you're pounding digital marketing, social media, text messages, emails, all the above. Just trying to collect data. We're collecting data to put them into our constant contact to do a weekly email on the same day of the week forever. Right.
Yeah,
I just laid out this secret formula to becoming a top producer in your market. If everyone would just follow this plan, right? Just follow this plan. It's real simple. Just follow this plan and you'll produce as much as you want to produce. You can take it as far as you want, right? As far as you want, but it's data collection against being a real estate agent on the side. That's really what we are.
yeah. Okay. Until you pick up constant contact, are you just putting are you putting that information like in an Excel sheet until you pick up constant contact? Or
Constant Contact starts out for free. It's a free trial, and then it's like $20 a month is the lowest thing, right? $20 a month. Okay, so
okay.
if not, if you're back down to not having that, of course you need to go to zero-to-diamond.com and click to do the free trial to get the cheapest price or whatever promotions they have right there next to the Red X discount. But if you're really down to the bare minimum on there, then you can put them in your Gmail or your Yahoo or whatever email server you have. You can collect all of your contacts right there in the beginning.
Yeah.
You can even send your weekly email from there in the beginning, seeing how you really don't have that many people, but you eventually want a system, you want a constant contact where you can have thousands of people. You just create the email, it looks great, and boom, you click one button, it goes out to everyone. Efficiency and scalability, okay? That's what matters.
Okay, I hear you. I think I was setting up some obstacles in my own mind, honestly, expecting to know more before I know more.
Yeah, you'll never know it all, bro. Just take action and don't worry if you screw up.
Okay, thanks, dude. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Good talk. Stay in touch with me. Let me know, what's happening.
I'll let you know what's going on. I'll work on some of these things. I'll let you know how it's going.
Cool. Okay, bud. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ricky.
All right. You guys give Dennis a big old thumbs up, man. Smash that like button for him. He really brought it. I mean, for all of you agents who are brand new or are not in the business yet, that was a great session for you guys. And I think it was a lot of good stuff that you probably need to hear. Before I move on here, William J. May, he hit us with a super chat for $20. Just put your question there in the comments, man. Put your question in the comments and I will answer it. No problem, man. No problem. Okay, let's bring Elijah back.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, Ricky. It's an honor to be on. And I have 16 questions. Most of them are like a few second questions that will be really fast to answer.
16 questions, you say? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, and some of them are like second questions, like 2-second questions. So we'll just try to go
questions. Lightning round, you say? Lightning round.
Yeah, some of them might not be. So we'll see, whatever you think. But so you answered one of them with Dennis as far as the schedule goes. The question I had was towards the end of the day, when you said from 1 p.m. to the rest of the day, the digital marketing, what do you consider the end of the day? And how does that tie in with like your family and your other, life outside of work?
Say again now.
So, like you laid out this plan for Dennis as far as like a daily schedule or a routine.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned that from 1 p.m. onward towards the rest of the day, you got digital marketing going on where you're reaching out to people. So from 1 p.m. to about what time would you be looking at for
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock. Okay. And then after that, you just kind of cut off, or you just kind of have your phone on you just in case you got clients or anything going on?
I'm gonna be like I will trickle some business till 5:30 or so, right? And this is just me. Like as a new agent, you're a single guy, and if like you're just like chasing your dream, heck, work 14 hours a day, right? I did it.
Yeah.
I worked 15 hours a day for 15 years, before I actually started trying to take a break in the evenings and stuff. So it depends on where you are in your career and stuff. I can't tell you. Nobody can tell you what your schedule needs to be. I can tell you what my schedule is, and then you can kind of try to figure it out. But like no one should really base it off that because I'm at a different place in my life. I'm at a different place in my career. You know what I mean? It's totally different. I have a family. I'm trying to spend time with them in the evenings. It's a totally different ball game, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. I'm pretty much cut off. I mean, I hear my phone ringing if it rings after 5. I mean, if, so, I might answer, depending on what the situation is. If I'm negotiating a deal and, and somebody's calling and there's an $800,000 deal on, yeah, I'm going to answer. And, that little 2-minute phone call to see if we have a deal and what we need to do. Sure. So I think one problem is that people are, especially people with families and actually need this time in the evenings and need to recharge and stuff. They're doing all this stuff that really they don't need to be worried about. And they're like, if like they're negotiating, showing property, going to listing appointments, and writing offers. I'll do any 4 of those things at any moment, right? Showing property, going to listing appointments, writing offers, and negotiating deals. Okay. I'll do that any moment. Other than that, though, emails and returning text messages and this and that and social media stuff, I'm not going to do that into the wee hours of the night. I need to relax my brain, man. I got to recharge.
Okay. Cool. Well, another question about that would be, what things do you say no to? Because obviously your time is very valuable and you can't just, do probably everything you want. So how do you keep yourself on track and focused on your priorities?
I don't really say no to very much. I just try to squeeze it all in. It just kind of depends. I do pick and choose, right? I do pick and choose a lot of stuff at this point. I'm not to the point where I'm saying no to a lot of stuff yet, to be honest with you. I'm not really saying no to any buyers or sellers. I'm not really saying no to coming on podcasts or, having coaching calls. And there's not really much I'm saying no to yet. I will get there. I'll get to that point where literally you probably, who knows if you can't even contact me for certain things because I'm so busy, but I'm nowhere near that point,
So see, that's one question I would have, because I feel like I'm already crazy busy, and obviously you're doing 100 deals and got a coaching program and got all this stuff going on. So I'm just wondering, like, how do you maximize your efficiency to be able to control all that and stay on top of it? And, you mentioned several times that you're not a super organized person, but you're just as organized as you need to be. And to me, that's a little bit of a mystery. Like, what does that look like? Because I'm not naturally organized either, but I realize that if I don't do something, like have some kind of systems in place, then it's just going to blow up in my face. So I was just wondering if you have anything to say on that.
Well, yeah, okay, but look at what I've done, right? Look at my career. Okay. I did 15 years of just solid real estate agent work, right? No coaching, no writing books, no speaking, no videos, no social media, just straight phone calls, emails, letters, postcards, showing property, listing appointments, trying to, become the best real estate agent I could be. Okay. So understand, Elijah, that I actually built my business and had it running on basically autopilot, whereas I'm literally living off past clients and referrals, okay, before I start coaching and writing and speaking.
Okay.
Okay. So you got to understand this, man. You have to understand that I'm not like prospecting for real estate deals every day.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm living off past clients and referrals because of the way I built my business and because of the way that I try to share exactly how I built my business for free to the entire world.
Okay.
Right. I want to share, I share my exact philosophies, principles, strategies, day to day, everything that's going on in this head and everything I've learned over the past 2 decades of being a real estate agent. I give it to everyone for free, right? In hopes that you can go out there and build your business up to the point where you can do 100 deals a year off past clients and referrals, and then take the time that you used to prospect and go out there and build other businesses, spend more time with the family, do whatever you want to do, right? This is what I'm trying to share with the world. I'm glad you brought it up. Is a business, just look at me, look at my business and where I'm at this point. Oh, how are you doing all this stuff? You're doing 100 deals. You're coaching. You're doing videos. You're doing all these crazy things. How are you doing all this? Look at my career, right? I quit prospecting in 2017, so you have to take all this into consideration, when you're looking at all this, you know what I mean? Now, Elijah, work your ass off for 15 years to build your real estate business without trying to do anything else. Okay. And then now we can talk about becoming a coach, writing a book, going and doing speeches, doing videos, doing shows. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. Okay.
You'll be in a completely different place.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. That makes sense. The momentum aspect of it. I have a few, like, I guess, down in the trench questions with RedX. So let's say you dialed somebody, you picked up, you went through the script with them, and they're like, sure, Ricky, we can stay in touch. And you say, okay, what's your email? And they say, well, I don't feel comfortable giving you my email, or I don't have an email, but here's my phone number, just what would you do in that situation? Do you hold on to them as a contact, follow up, or you just kind of move to the next one?
Well, man, there's a couple things. One, like the short answer is, mass texting is becoming more and more a thing, right? And so I think we should all be building our databases to also include cell phone numbers to text people our weekly emails once a month, right? You pick out the best one, you text out a link to your email once a month. You mass text your database once a month, right? Once a month text isn't bad. Here's some great information. So that's one thing. Okay. That's one thing. Another thing is, you have to look at that situation. Every situation is different. So, I mean, if they say, hey, I don't feel comfortable giving my email address, for me, it's like, okay, well, look, I mean, here's the thing. I just want the opportunity just to stay in touch with you. I'm not going to spam you or anything. I just, like the opportunity to stay in touch. See what they say. Take another stab at asking for the email address and let them know. Say, listen, I get it. You get a lot of emails and stuff, but I'm not going to spam you. I'm just want to stay in touch with you. That's all. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, take another stab at it and let them know. Be straight up with them. Hey, I'm not going to spam you. I'm not, no, I understand. I get it, but I just want to stay in touch with you, if that'd be okay. And if they're like, well, just don't feel comfortable. Well, that's okay, man. Listen, you know how many people in my career told me they didn't want to give me their email or weren't comfortable giving me their email or told me they didn't have an email when I knew they really did. You know how many times that happened? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Okay. So it's okay. Right. I still succeeded somehow when people told me that. Right. I'm sure you're going to be just fine if you just keep going. Take it as a lesson learned. Okay. Maybe you could have handled something differently on that call.
Sure.
Right. Maybe something didn't go exactly the way that, maybe your tone wasn't quite there. Maybe this or maybe that.
See, I was wondering about that. Like, so from what you're saying is basically if at the end of the day they don't give you the email, you just kind of move on to the next one, or would you still like write them down somewhere and be like, hey, let me try calling them maybe in a month, or somehow following up with them?
Put them in your text database. Have a mass texting database that you send out a text once a month and put them in there.
Okay. And so another question would be, how do you deal with the wrong number? If somebody picks up and they're like, sorry.
Say, okay, well, cool. Well, look, while I got you here, I'm sorry that, but I don't know, I'm kind of goofing this call up anyway. You need a good realtor. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, say something, make them laugh, listen, man, it all comes from being comfortable, right?
Yeah.
If you're just comfortable with them, they're going to be comfortable with you. If you don't make it an awkward thing and you just roll with it, and say, listen, I'm here to help you. I'm a local agent. You need a good realtor. Are you looking for a good realtor? Is there anything I can do to help you? We're just trying to get humans on the phone. Humans. I don't care if it's a wrong number. I'm just trying to talk to people and see what I could do to help. I'm trying to build my database and collect data.
Okay, cool.
I'm a data collector, right? Listen, I'm a data collector. Think of you're a data collector first and foremost. You're a real estate agent on the side.
Okay. And when you pull leads in RedX, do you usually do the 3 phone numbers, or do you do like
I normally call 2 numbers per contact myself, but to each their own. I know people that call like all 5 numbers and stuff, so whatever.
Okay. And so I'm using my phone right now. I used the dialer before, but I'm just dialing it in through my phone. Would you say that the dialer would be like way better, or you think that for now,
you're just dialing with no dialer? You just calling by phone?
Yep.
Get a dialer yesterday.
Yeah, I had one the first time around I did this, but I was asking my broker about it, and they were mentioning something like when you use a dialer, there's like a little delay in it or something, and like people hear that, and so it comes across a little awkward. But I just thought I'd ask you about that.
No. That's an absolute lie. It doesn't happen like that. Everything goes smooth, and go to 0 to. Are you using RedX already?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So go there and just get the dialer and start using it.
Okay. And so how many do you have, like a target, would you say, for somebody that's trying to prospect as far as conversations or calls?
Listen to me.
Yeah.
The schedule I told you earlier. Wake up by 8, you're scheduling and game planning. 8:30, you're formulating who we're going to call and what we're going to say and doing your research. By 9 o'clock, you're on the phone. You dial from 9 to 12. I don't care how many calls you make. I don't care how many conversations you have. I just need you on the phone for 3 hours.
Okay.
I don't care what the results are.
Okay.
I don't care how many people you talk to. I don't care how many dials you make.
Okay.
I just need you on the phone talking to people for 3 hours.
Okay.
That's it. You could talk to 3 people for an hour apiece, and I'm fine with that. You can make 3 calls for an hour each one. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Or you can make 300 calls where you talk to 4 people for 2 minutes apiece. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just put the work in for months and months and months and years and years.
Okay. And so that's just a non-negotiable. When you have that time frame, you're not doing appointments, you're not showing.
It is negotiable. It is negotiable. Listen to me. At the very top, there's writing offers, negotiating deals, showing property, and going to listing appointments.
Okay.
Again, showing property, listing appointments, writing offers, and negotiating deals. Those 4 activities I'll do I'll do that instead of I'm okay with doing one of those instead of making phone calls.
Okay.
I'm okay with showing property instead of making calls. I'm okay with negotiating or going to a listing appointment or writing an offer. I'll stop everything I'm doing to do one of these 4 things.
Okay.
These are the most important things you can do.
Okay.
I'm not going to beat myself up because I showed property and I didn't get to make the calls I wanted to make. Showing property is better than making calls.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if they don't buy anything, we're still developing and building relationships. Okay.
So, that's another question is, do you have like throughout your experience, you probably had some clients that maybe were like more like tire kickers or something, where you showed them like 10 properties and they're kind of, I don't know. Like, where do you draw the line where you're like, okay, this is not really worth my time?
I've never drawn the line. Listen to me.
Okay.
I've never drawn the line. I've never fired a client.
Okay.
I've never fired a client.
Okay.
I may have referred buyers out. Like I may have had people, reach out to me, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't really have time to deal with this, or don't want to deal with this one, and give it to another agent from jump. But if I commit to it and I start the process, I'm not going back.
Okay.
I'm not going to refer them out. I've never fired a client. I've never told a seller I had a listing that was giving me a hard time about it not selling or this or that. I've never said, okay, we're done. I'm taking it off the market. See you later. I've never told a buyer that I showed 1 million properties to that never bought anything, hey, I'm done with you. I've never fired a client. The more time I've wasted on people, the more money I make.
Okay.
Right. And listen, it's karma, right? I believe in it. The more it's you're putting in work, right? You're putting in work to the universe, and you're going to get what you put into it. You're going to get back. Period.
Okay.
I don't care what I'm doing. Just give me some work to do. Let me show some property. I don't care if they're buying or not. Let me show them some property. Let me make some calls and get nothing out of it. Let me go to a listing appointment of a hateful seller. I don't care.
Yeah, that's
give me some work to do.
Yeah, because the reason I asked that is because we have a lot of people from like the Northeast moving down into our area, and a lot of them are like doing virtual tours, right? So for them, it's a lot easier to sit on their phone on the couch and watch you do a virtual tour, but you got to drive to that property and run through it, you know? And then after that, the way our low inventory situation is, you know, and they're like, well, I don't know, you know, I don't want to get into a bidding war. And you're sitting there thinking like, you know, is this the best use of my time right now? That's just kind of why I brought it up, because it's one thing if somebody commits to driving with you because they're using their gas or using their time. You see that they're, you know, they're physically going into the property. But with the virtual tour situation, you know, that's kind of why I had that question, because somebody could be sitting on their couch and it's like, that's an easy thing for them to do. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I want to see that, my mentality could be wrong, but my mentality was, I want to see that, you know, to some degree, you know, you're going to be willing to pull the trigger on something. If, you know, we're showing like 8 properties a week, you know, at some point we got to do something, you know. That was just
not
kind of,
really, man. Yeah. Not really. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to do nothing. Nobody says they have to do anything. They don't owe you anything. They don't have to do anything. They don't have they can do anything they want to do. Nothing. There's no rules, right? Cool. Good, man. We got to move on to Ayub. Shoot me the rest of your questions, man. You know, DM me or shoot me an email or something.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, buddy. Good to see you again, man. Let's keep crushing it, man. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Ayub.
Hey, Ricky.
All right, bud.
Hi.
All right. This is your time to shine, man.
Oh yeah. I know. You know what a journey. What a journey being with you for the past almost a year. And you know, I was when I volunteered to come on the show, I didn't know what to ask you. You know, because we meet twice a week, and I couldn't think of any question that you wouldn't have answered. So yeah, but then I still came up with a couple of them. You know, for the sake of the show.
Yeah.
They could have been answered like a zillion times already, but yeah, and then, you know, I would love to ask you. Oh, why not? Why not?
Let's do it.
If you ask me about my challenges in the business, is how can I create listings in this market, in today's market, when there is no inventory, sellers are not selling, buyers are lined up, you know, buyers are being priced out. How I can help my buyers find a property for them?
Well, man, that's a great question, and I'm sure it's on everyone's mind. You know, the first thing to realize is that we're in a market cycle, right? And this market cycle is the toughest as I've ever seen, right? The amount of effort per transactions at an all-time high. And if you can make it right now, during this market, you can crush any other market's going to be a cakewalk to you. And let me tell you something. When it swings, it's going to swing fast. It's going to swing hard. It's going to be like, it's going to make your head spin how quick things turn around. This is a short-lived market. Maybe it lasts a year or 2 or 6 months or 3 months or 3 years. I don't know. But all that is not that long in the whole scheme of things, right? It'll be here before you know it, and boom. So my advice is let's do everything we can do to build our databases up and take what transactions we can out of the process and count those as bonuses towards just surviving during this time, right? Because we know if we can survive, we can really crush it. Now, to your question, right, I think there's a pent-up demand of people who really want to list their house. They're just scared to because A, there's nothing to buy, and B, they're scared they're going to leave money on the table. Right. So I think there's a lot of people who really do want to sell at today's prices. They're greedy, and they want to see if they can make a little more and then a little more. I think a couple of things to think about in today's market is second homes and investment properties. Okay. People that are not living in their home, in the property. Okay. People that aren't living in their property, people that are living in their property, if they sell the house they're living in, where are they going to go? Okay. There's nothing to buy. Right. So there's nobody really moving and upgrading and downgrading right now in this market. Everybody's sitting put. This is another reason why I believe there's pent up demand for people who want to list, because there are people out there who want to upgrade. They're in a smaller home than they really want, or they just had another child in the last year and they need an extra room. There's a lot of people, I believe, that would love to upgrade to a bigger home or a newer home or a nicer home that can't because there's nothing for sale. But when this thing swings, and it's going to swing hard and fast, we're going to see the market turn around where people are going to be ready. When the moment happens where they can actually get out and upgrade, we're going to see a nice uptick in possible listings and stuff. So guys, be ready for this and build your databases now to be ready for this moment. But going after people who own second homes and investment properties that aren't living in their properties, those are the ones we need to be going after right now, because they've got equity, right? They've got profit sitting there, and they can sell that property. It doesn't affect their life. They made money on that property, and now they can just sit back on their profit and wait on the market to come back down or something like that, right? Everybody's situation is different. But Redx has a I'll tell you what, Redx has a feature for rent by owners, right? Where it gives you I know you're in Canada, but in the US, for rent by owners, this is like probably the most untapped, amazing leads that right now in today's market, because these are investors who are renting these properties long term, right? They're investors. This isn't a house that they're living in. They've got equity. There's profit on the table. So I think understanding where we are in the market cycle and what we need to really be achieving. B, going after second home and investment properties, people that can sell those properties, make a profit, and not worry about where they're moving to next because they weren't living in that property in the first place. And C, circle prospecting the neighborhoods that your buyers want to buy in, and just trying your best to find a seller, that's then it's an off market deal. You're not competing with 30 buyers. Guys, listen to me loud and clear. You find the seller for your buyer. You're not competing with 30 buyers anymore. It's off market. You're not competing with 30 buyers, 15 buyers, 8 buyers, and multiple offers and higher than full price, right? If you find an off-market seller who would sell, they don't want to list it. We've heard that before, right? They don't want to list it, but they would sell it. Okay, great. I can bring you an offer. Let's work out what we want to ask. Let's present it to the buyers. Let's let them come over and look and see what happens, right? So I think it comes to down to the nitty gritty of it, Ayub, that we just have to do the best we can do with what we got, and it's not going to be perfect right now. And it is the toughest market I've seen. And we just got to keep fighting and keep grinding it out here until we get to an easier market. And it's just going to, like I say, man, I'm just so excited about the direction of the market here, because, it's just exciting to watch all this go down. I mean, this is history. We're witnessing history of the real estate market, man. And I'm just excited to be here in the middle of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. No, that was a very good piece of advice. And what else? I mean, I got another question for you, Ricky. I mean, that's been bothering me for some time now. Is what, according to you, is an ideal number of sources of leads for a single agent? I mean, right now I have only 2. I'm circle prospecting and I have weekly emails. That's all I'm doing. I'm not even thinking about going anywhere else at this point. So is there anything else I can fit into my schedule to generate leads?
Man, the way that I run my social medias, okay? I mean, you hear what I say, right? I answer every DM, on Instagram and stuff. It's communicating with people online, and doing it the sweat equity way, not the buying leads way, doing it by liking and commenting under people who are following you's post, DMing them and saying, congratulations on whatever the post was about. You know, how's it going today? Having real genuine connections with people online is something you could spend hours doing that'd be super beneficial, where you could, again, collect data. That's why I say, for me, when I look at the schedule of a real estate agent outside of the four most important things to do, I'm thinking calls from 9 to 12 and digital in the evenings, email, text message, social media, DMs, posting, commenting, responding to comments, replying, you know, following up, one-on-one emails, weekly email, you know, the whole 9 yards, just crushing digital in the evenings, DMing every single person in your market that you can find that lives in your market. Hey, how you doing? They go to your profile, they see you're a real estate agent in their market, you know. I don't know. Collect data, you know what I mean? Collect data and build relationships, you
Right,
know,
right.
and build
Yeah,
relationships.
that's exactly what I have been doing for the past 1.5 years now, since I've started following you.
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
exactly what I have been doing. Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to, but what happens is my mornings are pretty okay. Like I'm
Mhm.
committed from 9:30 to 1:30 or something. And after that, I'm kind of lost. I'm just drifting here and there.
Got
I
you.
need,
Got
I
you.
need to schedule that and commit that part of my afternoon to something that I can really capitalize on.
Start dabbling with social, man. Start dabbling with it and being like proactive, putting work behind it, you know, spending an hour or two a day on responding to comments and liking posts and DMing people, and, you know, just explore. Just explore on social the people that are in your area, that go to certain places, that do certain things. You know, explore and reach out and connect and follow people and ask people to be friends. And, you know, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you know, all of them, you know,
Right.
explore, message, use these tools to connect with people, you know? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
just something that if you find yourself lost and you're burnt out on the calls for the day and you've made your 3 hours of calls and you're doing your weekly email, move over to digital and play around for a little bit. I promise you, I think you'll connect with some people. You know, you may pick up 3 or 4 or 5 good leads a day, you know, there, you know. So yeah, add that to your repertoire and see what happens.
Sure. Sure. Do we have time for one more question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have heard both of your books. The first one, becoming a million-dollar real estate agent, and also List to Last. And I heard you saying that you read about more than 100 books when you came in next time, the second time you started your career. So you just read all those books and prepared yourself, and with the right frame of mind and everything. So which book influenced you most? Like which one made the biggest difference for you in your mindset and in your career?
So the one of the biggest ones, I'm sure you've read it, right? The Slight Edge.
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that was the biggest one. Did you read 10X Rule?
No,
So
no.
so 10X Rule is 10X Rule is one of those books that really will fire you up. You know, it will really fire you up. Um, you know, so those two books were really the top two for me. There was one called Shift by Gary Keller. You know, I don't agree with the philosophies behind how they build their business over there at that company, you know, and some different philosophies. But the way that he broke down shifting in the market, um, and how market cycles work was so eye-opening to me. It hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was in the middle of this downward market cycle. I'd lost everything. I was working on an oil rig, sleeping on friends' couches, sleeping in my car, eating out of people's refrigerators. And I read this book, and I realized that I could see he had it illustrated there with a picture, and I could see exactly where we were in the cycle. And it was everything that he said happens during a cycle had happened. And I could literally, I could I watched the whole thing happen in terms of the market crashing and stuff. So yeah, man. You know, Slide Edge, 10X, Shift by Gary Keller were all like the cornerstones of things that really made me. I read, the 90 other books, but those three, the other, like the 90 books I read, I might pick up a little nugget here, a little nugget there, but those three really kind of hit me pretty hard.
Right. Yeah. So this could be a very good advice for all the new agents coming in, so they can learn from these as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you
Hey,
for having me over.
What?
I said thank you for having me over.
Oh yeah. No, man. Glad to have you on the show. Absolutely, man. I want to thank all three of you. Bring you back out here, so you get a look at these three guys, handsome fellas there. Cool, guys. So yeah, that's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you're listening to this on a podcast or iTunes, give us a 5-star review. Click subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell. Let me know what in the world I could do for you. I answer all my Instagram messages, so hit me up there if you need anything at all, and just let me know again what in the world I can do for you. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you. Thank
Yep.
you.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.